Morning everybody. A very early morning, a very early Tuesday morning. It's around just after 6. I've bobbed down to the allotment just to try and get cracking with the small greenhouse and getting the other bed into it. As you can see, I've moved all the garlic into the large greenhouse to be drying. So let's get across to the small one and let's get to work before I go to work. So what I'm doing is I'm taking all these blocks up, as I mentioned before, to create another bed on this side. I'm going to be from here all the way back, all the way up. But the first thing I've got to do is try and get this first one out, because they're being packed in really tightly. It's virtually impossible just to flick one up. So I'm going to have to brute force in ignorance. So I've managed to get the first block out. As I say, you've just got to break them. So now it's simply just peeling them back. And getting them away. Now, these are not going to go to waste. I'm going to use these blocks over in my sun shelter and where I store my tools. So everything will be recycled. So I'll crack on peeling these away and I'll come back to you then. Right, so there we go. That's all the blocks out of the way now. The next job I've got to do is just break this sand up a little bit. It's sharp sand. There were a tiny little bit of cement I put in there just to help bind it together, but not a lot, so it shouldn't do too much damage to the roots of the plants. So I'm going to dig this over, get it nice and loose, and then we've got to get the scaffold board down and we're ready to get some soil in there. But I won't be doing that today, or I won't be doing that this morning. I've got all the watering to do, and then I've got to get off to work. So maybe after work, later this tea time, I might put an hour in and get the scaffold board in. So until then guys, have a good day. I'll see you a bit later on. Well, good afternoon. Back from work. Managed to get all the main bits of debris out and the little bits of cement that were in there, and managed to get the scaffold board in and secured. All I've got to do now is just screw that down and get some topsoil in there and start to fill it. So let's crack on with that. It's warm in here. Right, onto the soil. So what I've got here is I've got outside probably about 15-16 of these loose bags of as dug topsoil. It's not fantastic stuff, but it's good enough to go in here. I'm going to fill this up, mix in some well rotted horse manure and also get some compost in there. So all in all, that should make for a decent bed. There's a fair bit of stone in there as well, but can take that stone out as and when I'm working it over the years. Once I've got it all in, I'll come back to you. Need a drink of water though now. So there we go. That's all the topsoil in there. I've got all the big stones out. There's some little stones in there, but as I say, they'll work their way out as I work the soil over the years. So all I'm going to do now is add some Bloom Grow multi-purpose compost onto there, a couple of bags, and I might put in a little bit of well-rotted manure, but I won't be doing that tonight. I'll get the compost on there now, and we'll go from there. So there we go. New tomato bed, chilli bed, maybe cucumbers, I don't know. But all I do is I'll just place across the back there a batten wherever the legs of my staging go, and I can still use the staging, as I said before, when I'm sewing and I need to store the trays. It'll be slightly higher, but well, that doesn't make too much of a difference. But overall, quite pleased with that. So that's me. Finally got it done. I know some people will be saying, or some of my subscribers right from the beginning, remember when I actually put this greenhouse up and put the staging in and block paved it, and I've just pretty much done a third of the work. But that's allotment tiering, that's growing. You change your mind, you come up with something different, and you're always altering things. So I'm looking forward to the weekend, getting the plants in here, so hopefully you'll be able to join me then. But in the meantime, I'm going to get myself off, get myself a shower and a beer. Until next time, happy growing.